This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. It is May the 25th, and is it the calm after the storm, or is there more on the way?
I don't know.
Suspense is building. John has the answers. Good morning, John.
More what?
More rain.
Yes, there is more rain.
Yeah?
More severe weather? No, absolutely not. We're done with that. Finished. History. Now it's beautiful weather that's slowly evolving into the forecast. We do have some scattered showers still on the maps, and nothing really heavy, not looking at too much in the way of any kind of threat of large-scale rain showers, just a few stragglers that are gradually sinking southward. You know, about another hour or two, I think it'll all be done. Winds will still be kind of breezy through the day. We'll have a small craft advisory up through about 8 o'clock this morning. Then after that, we'll see. But winds will start to subside, but they'll still be breezy. As far as the strong, gusty winds that we had yesterday, though, up to about tropical storm force, those are gone. The forecast for the remainder of the day calls for increasing clearing and a little bit more sunshine as we head into the afternoon. We'll look for a daytime high that'll be a little bit cooler today. The air will be a little bit drier as we head into the afternoon. In fact, for this time of year, this is going to be a stellar day as we head into the afternoon. We'll talk all about the forecast for the next several days in a minute. Back to you guys.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. A little slowdown you'll see right away north of the river. That is actually 301, though it says 43. That's 301. That's going under 75 near the outlet malls. A little slowdown there already this morning. Also, Bee Ridge, a little slowdown near the construction heading westbound, and then farther south the maps. We'll check that. And just see a little slowdown on 75 southbound heading toward Northport.
Topping our news, several arrests in connection to that deadly explosion following a concert in England earlier this week.
Investigators now say the 22-year-old suspected bomber was part of a larger terror network. Several raids throughout Manchester led to the arrest of 8 men and 1 woman, including the initial suspect's older brother. His father and younger brother were arrested in Libya. He spent 3 weeks in Libya before the attack. A search of his home in the UK revealed enough materials to carry out another attack.
Some people in Manatee County are waking up to storm damages after severe weather moved across the Suncoast yesterday. At Pescara Lake Mobile Home Park in Bradenton, one woman's roof was torn off just hours after her home was remodeled. Neighbors reported seeing a funnel, but there has not been any confirmation of a tornado. At Swan Lake Mobile Home Park, another woman's roof blew completely off her home and landed on her neighbor's roof 2 doors down.
Who'd think that a whole roof could blow that far and just land on my house, you know? So I was really surprised. Oh, no.
The Red Cross is assisting those who cannot stay in their homes. Here on the Suncoast, the parents of a convicted triple murderer are speaking out for the first time.
In an exclusive interview, Jess Dowdrick spoke with Andres Avalos' parents.
We are the parents of a child that killed 3 people. And that for us is something that we have to live with the rest of our lives.
Some days, all Nora and Andres Avalos Sr. say they want to do is cry. But the Christian couple looks to God for strength.
My son was an illusional. He was not right when he did this. That doesn't mean that he can, that we thought that, yes, because he did this and he was on drugs, that he could be set free. You know, that's not even what we wanted. Nothing like that.
The Avaloses felt that neither the death penalty nor life in prison were better or worse than the other. Either way, they say their son was gone.
They said that it was a crime against the community, but the crime happened way before that crime actually happened.
Nora and Andres tried to get their son help several times before the murders. 4 months before that fatal day, they took him to Blake Medical Center and Manatee Glens, trying to get him mental help. But the doctors said nothing was wrong.
They only talked to him for 10 minutes, and I just can't see how they can evaluate somebody in 10 minutes and say that there is nothing wrong with a person.
Andres Jr. couldn't be forced into treatment because that would violate his rights. The result, 3 lives taken too soon, and a killer who will spend the rest of his life behind bars. The Avaloses want to make sure that no other family has to go through what they did and close what they call a loophole in the law.
We've been invited to speak to law enforcement groups and even to staff at the mental institutions to hear and describe the mental deterioration of our son.
But it doesn't stop there. The Avaloses want to see a change in the law.
When something like this happens, and I, as a father, concerned parent, comes and brings you and says that my son is really dangerous, something's going to happen, and everybody tells me we can't violate his rights, there should be an exception.
The Avaloses say they'll keep pushing for a change in hopes to save lives.
We love our son. We will always love our son.
Jess Daldrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
The Avaloses say their daughter-in-law, Amber, was like a daughter to them, and they were very upset about the talks of infidelity in court, saying that couldn't be further from the truth. The parents have since adopted their son's 6 children. 6 children. They say the kids talk to their father in prison every day.
Developing overnight, an armed robbery at a convenience store in Parrish. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office released these pictures yesterday as they continue to search for the men involved. Deputies say 4 men went into the Los Primos convenience store on US 301 armed with handguns. They took money from the store before driving away. Anyone with any information is asked to call the Manatee County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers using the number on your screen.
Sarasota police are trying to find the driver who turned in front of the car, was hit, and then drove off. And now watch, here's the video. This is looking north on 41 at Bee Ridge. You're about to see a white SUV drift over and get hit by an oncoming car. After it cuts off the car, it then drives off. Police want to find the driver who left the scene. Here's a different angle of that same thing now. They think it's a white GMC Terrain with passenger door damage. If you have any information on the accident, call Crime Stoppers at 366-TIPS.
This morning, a Suncoast woman known for her community involvement in Manatee County is now facing charges of fraud. Nancy Ambrose was arrested yesterday on charges of scheming to defraud, operating an unlicensed charity, and soliciting as a charity without authorization. Ambrose said she was the president of the North American Butterfly Association's Minnesota chapter and had received thousands of dollars in donations for the garden. Bank records show Ambrose took that donated money for personal use. The NABA says the Minnesota chapter was actually dissolved years ago, and Ambrose didn't have permission to use the organization's name for fundraising. This morning, a Sarasota County Sheriff's deputy is out of a job after facing charges linked to a case involving another former deputy accused of attempted murder. Deputy Carson Plank was fired from the sheriff's office yesterday. She's charged with tampering with physical evidence and providing false information during the investigation of former deputy Frankie Bybee. Bybee is accused of exploiting and trying to kill an elderly woman. Plank was the first responding deputy at the scene back in January, and investigators say she lied to detectives during the investigation while trying to help Bybee.
A Nokomis man is facing charges this morning for maintaining a nuisance dwelling. 53-year-old Ted White lives on Elby Farm Road. There he is. Deputies have visited the house nearly 100 times in the past 5 months. There it is. The house has missing doors and windows and is infested with bugs and mold, many other issues as well. As you can see, one investigator says the conditions are some of the worst he has ever seen.
There's no running water, no electric. We had multiple people staying in this house over the course of a year. As you can see, when you look around the neighborhood itself, you know, they're trying to get these people out, but these people are coming in and out at all hours of the day and time, and it's just been a mess here.
The homeowners reportedly abandoned the house and left White to maintain it, and that's what he did right there. The owners have until June 21st to either demolish or fix it up before the county takes it over. The Child Protection Center is receiving help in their efforts to keep children safer on the Suncoast. The center is receiving a $50,000 grant from the Charles and Marjorie Barancic Foundation. It will create a new staff position for a program that conducts workshops for kids. Those workshops help kids learn strategies to respond to threats of abuse, abduction, bullying, harassment, or online dangers.
Governor Rick Scott was on the Suncoast to talk about job growth. He spoke with workers and employers at the aerospace manufacturer Honeycomb Company of America in Sarasota yesterday. He praised the company for the addition of 12 jobs in the past year. During the visit, Scott also gave an update on where he stands on the state budget.
We've been reviewing the budget. I spent 3 hours this morning going through the budget. So I'll be receiving the budget soon, and I'll be reviewing it. My options are I can veto the whole budget, I can veto any section of the budget, or I can veto any line in the budget. So I'm going to act in the taxpayers' best interest in the state by reviewing every line.
As part of the budget, lawmakers have proposed cutting funding to Enterprise Florida and Visit Florida. Both of those organizations aimed at boosting job growth and tourism here in the Sunshine State. It's a move Governor Scott is against. Those supporting the cuts say the organizations have made questionable spending choices with taxpayer dollars. And Governor Rick Scott also vetoing a bill that would change where liquor can be sold. The so-called Whiskey and Wheaties bill would have allowed businesses such as grocery stores and big box retailers to sell liquor. But this veto maintains current law that liquor must be sold in a side store that is separated by a wall. The bill received heavy opposition from independent liquor store owners who said it would drive them out of business. The governor's office received more than 7,500 phone calls, emails, and letters opposing the bill, compared to just less than 1,200 in support.
The oldest known manatee in captivity is getting some new friends at the South Florida Museum. The museum welcomed 3 manatees into its Stage 2 rehab center this week. Those joining Snooty include Randall, Baca, and Gail. They all weigh about 500 pounds, and Snooty, he weighs about 1,200 pounds. The new manatees will stay at the museum until they are ready to return to the wild. This is in downtown Bradenton. Snooty now in his 60s.
60s. Do you think Snooty is like, all right, let's get a few things straight here, you guys.
This is my section. This is my section here.
This is where I sleep.
My legs.
Don't bother me.
We have still some showers on the boards for you this morning, but those are in the process of dissipating away, even though some of them are putting down some pretty good rainfall. Looking for a beautiful couple of days. We'll talk about it in a second.
All right, well, still ahead, a Suncoast ballet school being recognized across the globe. We'll take a look at their exceptional skills.
And later in the hour, a major highway in California covered in tons of rock. What natural disaster is leaving this road closed for days? Coming up.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
I'm Alan Cohn. Discrimination in Suncoast housing. Are minority residents getting a fair chance to buy and rent? Find out why some groups are raising concerns.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean really moves me.
One.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Giulia. But the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we have a cold front that's basically sitting right over top of us now. So we haven't really had the change in our weather that we're expecting to see later on this afternoon. But hang in there, it is on its way. 78 degrees, the current air temperature, that's still pretty warm. We have a dew point value that's still kind of sticky. It's 72. And a lot of cloud cover across the region. Even some showers in progress. A west wind, still rather breezy at about 14, coming right off the Gulf waters. When that wind from the west switches to a more northwesterly direction, you'll know the front is through. We're kind of in the process. A front is not a solid line. It's a zone of transition, and we're kind of in that zone of transition right now. 78 degrees in Arcadia, Wauchula at 75, Parrish 77, 78 in Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch the same, Sarasota, 79 degrees in Venice, 78 in Inglewood, Northport comes in at 78 degrees, and we have 80 degrees right now at Longboat Key. We are watching a few scattered showers still move through, but none of the severe weather reports. Each of these little icons indicates a severe weather report yesterday, and you can see we even had some tornadoes up south of Jacksonville. Down to the south, plenty of reports as well, including our area, which we showed you earlier in this broadcast. Nothing like that today with the few scattered showers that are around, though some of them are producing some fairly heavy rainfall. This is the kind of rain that is nothing but good. We're like to see this. We do have one shower just off Gulf waters about to make it onshore in the next 15-20 minutes for Siesta Key, Longboat Key, Lower Longboat Key, and then eventually downtown Sarasota, Bee Ridge, and on up into Fruitville. That cluster of showers will move rapidly through here. The whole line is sinking southward, and we will enjoy some clearer weather during the mid-morning hours. We probably will see clearing take place within, I'd say a half an hour or so. We have a little bit of a stuck machine here. Let's see if we can get it going. We'll jump to the end of the show and show you what's going on there if we can. Well, we can't. The whole computer is frozen. Let me walk over to the computer and do it manually. That's not a problem. These showers that you're seeing here don't even really contain much in the way of any kind of lightning showers around. The showers themselves, well, the computer is completely frozen, so I'll have to work on that. But let me just tell you that the winds will be breezy today. A small craft advisory will be up through the morning hours. The winds will start to decrease during the afternoon, but still be breezy. Winds will shift, drier air will move in, sunshine will return, and you're looking at a swell couple of days. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, John. Maintain that one well. Let's take a look at the traffic maps this morning. State Road 70 seeing an increase in traffic as you head towards I-75. Other than that, not a whole lot going on in Manatee County as we head into Sarasota County. Pretty quiet as well. Clark Road seeing the usual pickup as you head towards the interstate. And as we head into South County, pretty quiet throughout that area as well. Not a whole lot going on across the Suncoast on this Thursday morning. And speaking of the Suncoast, we all know it is famous for many different things here.
And now you can see a Sarasota Cuban ballet school. Yeah, Linda Carson has the story.
The Sarasota Cuban Ballet School presents its end-of-year performance this weekend. They have gained fame all over this country and in Cuba.
They know Sarasota Cuban Ballet in Cuba. Because we've been doing this exchange with students in the summer, so a lot of the Cuban talented kids come for 6 weeks and study with us. We are very popular in Cuba now.
And spot to the corner, up. They're also popular in this country with dancers who want to learn the Cuban style because of their continuing close relationship with the Cuban National Ballet.
The director of the Cuban National Ballet School comes and is in residence at our summer intensive for 6 weeks to train our dancers and work with our faculty.
This Cuban style of dance you're watching here comes naturally to Ariel. He and his wife, founders of the school, are from Cuba, and before they danced in the Sarasota Ballet, they were trained by the Cuban National Ballet.
The Cuban school is popular because of the dynamics and the athleticism that brings into the scene. And then you put the Cuban way, the Cuban fire behind that, and then you have the explosion of the Cuban style.
The Sarasota Cuban Ballet School has students of all ages, but it also attracts gifted young dancers like 19-year-old Lucy Hamilton, who moved here just to study with Ariel 4 years ago.
He's such an amazing teacher. There isn't anybody like that around, so I moved from Pennsylvania to come train with him.
And now she's turning pro.
After this summer, I'm moving to San Antonio to dance with San Antonio Ballet.
Several other dancers in Saturday night's program are also launching professional careers.
We have about 20 or more pre-professional students who are really poised to leap into the professional ballet world and our students have gone on to international companies.
Many of these kids dancing are the stars of the ballet world tomorrow. You can see them live and in person Saturday night at 7 at Booker High School. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
I'd like to see you get out there and do some of those pirouettes. That would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'd fall down. You are the world's tallest ballerina.
Well, not a good ballerina.
Didn't work out?
No, it was a little too tall. But it looks beautiful, beautiful art, definitely.
We might have the tallest morning show in the country.
We may.
Yes.
We should look into that.
Yeah, still ahead of Good Morning Suncoast, a man uses virtual reality to propose to his girlfriend.
Interesting. Well, coming up at 5:30, a new arrest in the Manchester bombing attack. We'll have that story. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think it up.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. We're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Last day of school, manager's choice.
I know. I was going to say last day of school. I mean, I'm sure kids are very excited about that.
It's happening. We have got some showers right now in the area. John's forecast coming up right now. It's 5:24.
Well, anyone can now use Facebook as a personal fundraising tool.
Here's today's Tech Bites report.
In today's Tech Bites, raising funds on Facebook.
Facebook has expanded its personal fundraising feature, letting more users help friends and those in need. It's available to everyone over 18.
IKEA's smart lights will soon be a little smarter. The Swedish retailer is adding support for voice control.
The Wi-Fi enabled lighting will be compatible with Siri, Google Home, and Alexa. Voice functionality will start rolling out in the summer. And check out what some are calling the first virtual reality proposal.
So that woman there named Kate, she thought she signed up to test a VR headset. But when she took the headset off, her boyfriend Robin was there ready to pop the question, She said yes, and now they have to decide on their wedding date.
Maybe they can have a virtual reality wedding. Everyone will just put on goggles and you're there at the party.
Exactly. Our producer says it's just a high-tech blindfold, not a virtual reality proposal.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Aleve.
Fun in art class. Come close, come close. I like that.
When your pain reliever stops working, your whole day stops.
Try this.
For minor arthritis pain, only Aleve can stop pain for up to 12 straight hours with just one pill.
Thank you. Come on, everybody.
You can't quit. Neither should your pain reliever. Stay all day strong with 12-hour Aleve.
One or two, or both. Because at VisionWorks, when you buy a pair of glasses, you get a second pair at no additional cost. Go to visionworks.com/deals for your coupon. It's all about helping you be a better you. VisionWorks. Shop in store or online.
Who knew that my period or sex, even soap, could throw off my pH balance?
Only Vagisil pH Balance Wash has lacto-prebiotic. Use it every day to help support a healthy feminine pH. Get more from your wash. Get better intimate health. Vagisil.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabein.com.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing, but sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, on the hunt for a terrorist network following the deadly attack in Manchester, as that investigation now widening to Libya.
A Missouri teen is accused of having bomb-making materials in his basement. You'll never guess who called the police.
And a Montana politician accused of body slamming a reporter to the ground. We'll tell you what led up to that alleged incident.
live from the ABC 7 studios. This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, 5:30. Pretty shot there of the Ringling Causeway. A shot from Bird Key Park, pointing back toward the mainland, as we call it.
Looks nice. That's a different shot. We don't usually get that same shot.
No, that's right. We've got that in the park there, which has been rehabbed quite a bit the past few years as well. Very nice.
Very pleasant run if you're going through there when it's not raining out.
Yeah, you can really see the lights beneath the bridge there as well.
Right.
Welcome back, 5:30. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi over in the Weather Center. Hey, John.
Hi. Well, we have a few showers on the boards this morning. Nothing really heavy, certainly none of the severe weather that we had around yesterday, but a pop or two of lightning is not completely out of the question. We have right now, moving through Wauchula, some rain showers. Also, just now moving into areas of Sarasota around Longboat Key, St. Armands, and moving into the mainland, we're seeing a cluster of showers as well. This whole line is part of the frontal boundary, which is gradually sinking southward. If you look at temperatures across the state, you'll clearly see the effect of this front in North Florida, where temperatures are in the 60s. The front not having moved through our area quite yet. We're still warm in the mid to upper 70s across the region. 80 in Arcadia, Venice, 78 Sarasota, Bradenton. We're on our way, though, to a beautiful afternoon as this front continues to press southward. We'll have a daytime high that doesn't top out really much warmer than we are right now. And we'll have a lot more sunshine in the second half of the day and lower humidity as well. We'll talk all about the forecast in a sec.
All right, thank you, John. The only slowdown right now in Manatee County is a little blip there at State Road 64 heading westbound over by 75. Farther south into Sarasota County, Bee Ridge, little delays in both directions. Ongoing construction sites, thousands of barrels out there right now to slow things down. And southbound in the South County, no real issues right now at 5:32 on this Thursday morning.
We're following some top local stories for you here on the Suncoast this morning.
The parents of convicted triple murderer Andres Avalos say their son changed after he got involved in drugs. Earlier this week, a jury sentenced him to life in prison for killing his wife and 2 others. In an exclusive interview, his parents said they have since adopted his 6 kids.
Severe weather across the Suncoast caused some major damage. One neighborhood in Manatee County waking up with a lot of cleaning to do as some homes had their roofs blown off. The Red Cross is assisting those displaced.
A Sarasota County deputy has been fired. Deputy Carson Plank is charged with tampering with physical evidence and providing false information during an investigation of a former deputy.
Developing overnight, new raids in Manchester are underway, and now there are 9 people that have been arrested.
Many of the injured are still in the hospital. Their conditions are critical. Meantime, investigators say they are making progress. ABC's Molly Hunter has the latest.
Whoa. Overnight new raids across Manchester. There are now at least 8 people in custody in connection with Monday's deadly attack. Among those detained, members of the suicide bomber's family, including his father and 2 brothers. Authorities in Libya say Abedi's younger brother knew his brother was going to carry out an attack and that the 2 were members of ISIS. Abedi's father, however, denying in an interview that his son was a terrorist. While searching at least one address in Manchester, investigators carried out a controlled explosion, and at Abedi's home, investigators say they found enough materials to build several more bombs. Crime scene photos of the intricate bombing device obtained by the New York Times and posted on its website reveal the bomb's sophisticated design. The possible detonator covered here in blood, and a small circuit board soldered inside, and a protruding red wire. A mangled 12-volt battery more powerful than those seen in most suicide bombs.
I think it's very clear that this is a network that we are investigating.
All 22 of the people killed by the explosion have now been identified. Among them were a couple, 17-year-old Chloe Rutherford and 19-year-old Liam Curry. In a joint statement, their families said they wanted to be together forever, and now they will. 47-year-old Lisa Lees, who was waiting in the arena's foyer to pick up her daughter, it's believed the girl is not injured. And 14-year-old Nell Jones, her family had been searching for her for more than a day, hoping to find her in the hospital.
And here in Manchester, this city still grieving together. Here's the cover of the local newspaper. There is a light that never goes out. And later this morning, there will be a moment of silence across the country to remember the victims. Molly Hunter, ABC News in Manchester.
This morning, a Missouri teenager has been charged with making bombs in his basement. Police say 17-year-old Tristan Blasius had weapons, ammunition, and materials to manufacture homemade explosives. It was his own father who found the weapons and explosives and called police. Detectives say the teen admitted to stealing the weapons from homes in the area. No word on what he planned to do with a homemade bomb and weapons.
Pictures of two girls from an Alabama school have gone viral and have some questioning if there's a problem with racial insensitivity at the school. The images are blurred because the girls are minors, but the faces are covered in what seems to be black paint. The photo was uploaded on Facebook and it quickly prompted hundreds of responses on social media. Comments included the girls were putting on, quote, black faces. And one community member says she's not happy.
If I had some words to tell them, be mindful of what you post, be mindful of what you watch, be mindful of what you do. Everything that you do, someone is out there watching.
The high school's principal said the school is investigating. Meanwhile, the father of one of the students said it's a case of two 16-year-old girls simply doing a charcoal face mask and that there was no racial intent in mind.
5:36 right now. As the Senate gets closer to considering the repeal of Obamacare, some big-name lobbying groups are trying to line up against it now.
Groups ranging from the American Medical Association to the AARP are warning against the potentially devastating effects. ABC's Lana Zach has the latest.
Shame! Shame! The new estimates are in, and the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office is projecting millions of uninsured Americans.
The report makes clear Trump care would be a cancer on the American health care system.
Earlier this month, House Republicans narrowly passed their version of the bill.
This is a repeal and a replace of Obamacare.
Moving forward without a full accounting of the likely effects of their legislation. But now the CBO report is complete, and it estimates that in its current state, the bill would reduce the federal deficit by $119 billion over the next decade, but also leave 23 million more people uninsured. The likely effects even more dire for people with pre-existing conditions and senior citizens. A 64-year-old making roughly $26,000 in some states could see his or her premiums climb nearly $12,000 or more. The AARP in a statement condemned the plan for what they called the devastating impact the bill would have on older Americans by imposing an age tax and hiking costs for those who can least afford them, eroding seniors' ability to live independently. But the head of the Senate Republican says he's committed to repeal and replace regardless of what the CBO says.
It's a technical, procedural step beyond likely reiterating things we already know. The updated report will allow the Senate procedurally to move forward.
But the bill faces an uphill battle in the Senate, and some moderate Republicans, like Susan Collins, are calling upon their fellow legislators for a bipartisan solution. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
That was Lana Zach reporting. GOP candidate Greg Gianforte is being accused of body slamming a member of the media. This on the eve of a special congressional election in Montana. Ben Jacobs, a reporter for The Guardian, says Gianforte grabbed him, pushed him to the ground, and broke his glasses. The reporter tweeted that media witnesses were present and he has audio, and Fox News crews have backed up his story. In April, Jacobs, the reporter, wrote a piece for The Guardian about Gianforte titled "GOP Candidate Has Financial Ties to U.S.-Sanctioned Russian Companies." Law enforcement is now investigating that alleged assault.
Surveillance video in China shows a boy hit by a car on the sidewalk, but he is okay. But watch this. Some people nearby rescued the boy from underneath the vehicle. Police say he miraculously survived with just cuts and bruises. He was rushed to the hospital for treatment. Now more amazing video, this time of a California highway closed due to a landslide. More than 1 million tons of rock and dirt blocked part of the State Highway 1. The portion of the slide covering the highway could be seen from miles away. It's 40 feet deep. No word as to when this will reopen in Big Sur, California. One of the prettiest drives in the country. Have you ever driven down the Pacific Coast Highway? Have you? Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
but I always think about that. As you drive by there, you always wonder, is that rock going to fall?
Yeah.
And it can.
My family used to live right off Pacific Coast Highway, and you take that all the way up and all the way down. The entire coast of California. Beautiful drive.
Nice commute. I went on a vacation. We flew into San Francisco and drove down the coast to San Diego and flew out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
We have across our region some very lovely weather headed our way, though. I'll tell you what, it's going to feel pretty nice out there in the next 24 hours. We'll talk about that in a sec.
All right, looking forward to it. Still ahead, is it possible to become addicted to exercising?
We have some new research next in Health Smart.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder, high performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Temperature still warm at 78 degrees. Got a little cloud cover out there and some rain showers in progress across the region. We are not completely done with the rain event yet, but we are on the last few little showers before we start to clear out a little bit around here. 72 degrees, the dew point, it's still thick, warm, humid across the region, but that's going to change a little bit over the next 24 hours. Not going to change dramatically like it might have a month ago, but for this time of year, just before Memorial Day, we're going to get a nice little refreshing breath of slightly drier, cooler air. So it's going to feel nice. Winds are still breezy, though, west at about 14. Small craft advisory is still up through 8 o'clock this morning, and after that, they'll probably be discontinued or perhaps an exercise caution statement issued. But the winds will slowly start to die down. There'll still be a breezy day, but they will slowly start to die down. Those tropical storm force winds that we felt yesterday, we won't feel today. Tropical storm force gusts, I should say, or just about. We have some across the region spotty showers right now. The heaviest of the stuff now moving on shore around areas between Osprey, Siesta Key, Lake Sarasota, seeing some showers. This one cluster of showers moving northward is going to affect areas of Lake Sarasota and Waterbury and Bethany over the course of the next hour. All of these kind of moving in a line, one right after another. And there's more showers out in Gulf waters as well. So this will probably take another 4 hours or so before it starts to really wind down and we start to see a little break in the clouds, a little sun poking through, and you start to notice a wind shift out of the northwest. When you see that northwesterly wind flow, when you feel that, you'll know the frontal boundary has moved south of us and the clearing has started. High pressure will then build in and we'll enjoy a couple of really nice days with lower relative humidity and eventually some calmer winds. Now, if you're itching to get out on the water, boaters or anglers, you know, today is not going to be the greatest of days. Even when the winds start to die down this afternoon, you know it takes a little while for those seas to start to come down as well. Tomorrow should be beautiful boating weather, and over the weekend, exquisite. In fact, over the weekend in the water is the place to be because it is going to warm up as well. This little brief cool down I'm talking about is definitely going to be brief. Showers in this morning, the sun returns, drier air begins to move in. You can already see on the satellite imagery a little bit of breaks in the clouds just to the north of us. Yeah, we still are kind of in the soup here, but it's not too long before sunshine returns. Futurecast shows after these morning showers go away, they go away. We are left with clear skies right straight through most of the weekend. I think it won't be until we get into next week, probably Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, that we start to see a return of moisture from the south and start to think about rain chances once again. And even then, I think the rain chances are going to be kind of minor. So we are in for a prolonged period of drier weather. Look how nicely the Fire Danger Index has responded to the rain showers that we got yesterday. Remember, we had areas that were in the high category and just a couple days ago in the extreme category here locally. Now, a lot of counties across the state are in the low category. And certainly we have a couple here in Sarasota that are as well. And Bradenton is in the moderate category. And so that's great to see. And again, this index tells you how likely it is for a fire to start and get out of control. So we like to see that. Now, winds are still kind of breezy and will be. They're coming in at about 15 to 20 this morning, decreasing to about 10 to 15 a little bit later on this evening. But both north and south, you're seeing a pretty good blowout there right now. Now, as far as the tides go, those onshore strong winds have risen the tides just a little bit. This is the tide gauge at Port Manatee, and you can see that we're running, you know, 1.5 feet above our normal tides for this time. Nothing really serious, but that tide gap between predicted and observed is starting to come down a little bit and will continue to. We're heading into a low tide now, so the threat is not great at all. And as we head into the higher tide later on this afternoon, I think those winds will have subsided. Rainfall amounts across the region have been significant, anywhere from 1/2 inch to, in some places, as much as 4 inches of rain observed by Doppler radar. So that's great to see, especially in Hardy County. Got some good rain there. Temperatures will be mild for the next several days. A lot of sunshine. Then as we head into the weekend, say hello to the 90s again. They're back. Rain chances come our way Tuesday and Wednesday. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, John. Very enthusiastic there about that weekend. Taking a look at traffic this morning, looks like 301 really seeing the biggest concern if you're heading throughout Manatee County as you're heading south into Sarasota County. Looks like some congestion on Bee Ridge Road as you're heading towards 41. Also a little bit of slowdown on 41 heading south into South County. I-75 looking clear as we head into South County. Not a whole lot of congestion, a little bit of slowdown on Business 41 near Nokomis, but other than that, no accidents across the Suncoast at 5:49 on your Thursday morning. In your Health Smart today, we all know exercise is good for you.
But a new study suggests too much exercise might be a sign of a deeper problem. Here's today's Health Smart.
The benefits of exercise are well known, but researchers say working out can be like a number of other things, positive and healthy in most cases, but harmful when taken too far. Exercise addiction is not included in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, but experts say it can lead to some serious health issues. A study published in the British Medical Journal examined the condition and determined that up to 0.5% of the population worldwide has it, which adds up to hundreds of thousands of individuals. Symptoms can be difficult to spot, but some of the signs include exercising several times a day, joining multiple gyms, exercising despite an illness or an injury, or experiencing withdrawal-like symptoms when you can't work out. The health risks range from dehydration and anemia to overuse injuries to immune system damage. Exercise addiction can even lead to death if the sufferer also has an eating disorder. The study recommends therapy that follows the principles of addiction treatment, like cognitive behavioral therapy and exercise reprogramming. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
In other health news, Zika in Florida mosquitoes say new research suggests Zika began spreading in Florida as mosquitoes about 3 months before infections were detected last summer. Researchers say it's likely the virus was carried in by travelers from the Caribbean. They say mosquitoes started picking up the virus from infected travelers as early as March. The first infection in the U.S. was diagnosed in July. Currently, there are no areas of active transmission of Zika in Florida.
Happening this morning near downtown Sarasota, a walk in the park with a purpose. Sarasota Memorial and the Department of Health will be hosting a walk and talk about the risks and warning signs of stroke. If you want to take part, be at the entrance near School Avenue at 9 a.m. The first 25 to arrive will also receive free cholesterol screenings. Good idea to head down to Payne Park this morning, 9 o'clock.
Definitely. Sounds like a good idea. Well, a car that drives itself.
It's true. We'll be right back.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face, in your face, in
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos. To use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
It does things that seem impossible, feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
It's called the Ringling Causeway, and here is a picture of it right now at Bird Key Park, looking back toward the bayfront. And John says there's some scattered showers you might detect in certain parts of the area this morning.
Absolutely true. We have some showers that are in progress from Siesta northward.
All right, it's called Waymo. It used to be known as the Google self-driving car project, and now financial analysts say this could be worth more than Detroit's big three automakers and Tesla, for that matter. Morgan Stanley says the company could be worth $70 billion. It recently launched the first public trial of its self-driving cars. And by the way, Waymo stands for a new way forward in mobility. I'm all for progress. I just can't believe self-drive. I would feel really out of control, to say the least.
Yeah.
Could you sit in the back seat of a self-driving car?
Absolutely. I think, yeah, I mean, I think a self-driving car will probably eventually make fewer mistakes than we will.
Gosh, you need instantaneous,
John is all on board.
You need fast reflexes, though, yeah?
You can't get faster than a computer.
On that note, we'll see you in 2 minutes with John's forecast.